So then they started previewing new stuff in Americans.
Huzzah!
Now we've got some Adeptus Arbites, which we haven't seen models for a very long time.
Yeah, it's like the old Necromundas.
Which are like, what if Judge Dredd was slightly more grimdark?
Yeah, I think they look pretty rad.
They look great. Should we take a walk down memory lane on the older Arbites?
Yeah.
I can think of 2 sets that came out before these. There was the really old first edition ones, and then they did the Necromunda ones.
Yeah, so I had that.
I had the first edition ones.
Oh, here we go.
I never got the Necromunda ones. These guys, these are the ones I had.
But is this... Come on, give me high res.
There we go.
Yeah, like... Yeah, they look cool. Real good.
Yeah. I remember thinking that grenade launcher was the coolest thing I'd ever seen at the time.
Yeah, holy shit, just absolutely rad.
But you didn't get that kind of stuff in 40k at the time. Everyone just had gun. And he had like this cool, like big grenade launcher like in Terminator 2.
Man, I don't really recognize these 3 that well.
They were older.
Okay.
And they stopped selling them when the top row came out.
Right. Because, yeah, I remember these back when we first played... We were playing Necromunda.
Mm-hmm.
Those models were around. But then...
Then they did these Necromunda boys.
So I had this gang and played as them for a bit. They were kind of cool, kind of fun to bring in, but I think they're more fun to use as like a, if you've got a Games Master coming in, because...
They didn't get to play a lot of the game, did they?
Yeah, like if one of your guys dies, like, you just get replaced with a new guy.
And they're all a bit
with weapons.
facelessly the same.
And all you could do was like, you took a squad, and then like you could switch out. You had 10 models that were basically, there was like a dog herder.
Yeah.
You could have a special weapons guy,
And then just shotguns or shields, basically.
shotgun shields, and a leader. There was 10 guys, and you could only ever take 5 into a fight at a time, unless team values, gang ratings got high enough. And you could never take those 5 guys on more than 2 missions in a row. And so you're kind of just
juggling them.
flipping between the 2.
You basically just made 2 identical squads that alternated.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, if you were the GM and you just brought them in to put the smackdown on someone who's getting too far ahead, that was always
a fun thing to do, or just play a multiplayer game. When they had the Necromunda Underhive and they brought in the Redemptionists. Like, remember we were playing a game at the time, or like a little campaign at the time, and a friend of mine was using, you could build the Redemptionist gang in a way where you didn't take a leader, and you could just take just
like a mob.
plebs, and you just made the angry mob. And he just took the 40 guys with knives.
Oh my god.
And fighting that with the 5 Arbites who were like...
Oh my god. Then suddenly your like tear gas weapons became pretty good.
Were actually really good. Like actually throwing like gas grenades down. I ended up like having to fall back into a building.
Yeah.
But they kept coming and then climb onto the roof. And there was just like 2 ways up. And the guy with the shield was just there just bonking people in the head for days.
Right.
Until finally he had rolled like the... shield guy was like, he rolls a double 1, the cultist rolled a 6. The guy fell down and then fell off the roof and then was promptly just stabbed to death by all of the cultist hordes that were just mobbing the bottom. It's just like such like a cinematic game.
It's like an assault on Precinct 13 kind of situation. That's really cool.
Yeah, it was tons of fun. So yeah, always been very... I've always liked the Arbites. And these look great. Like,
I like how they've gothed them up a bit more. Like they've got kind of like knighty helmets. And like sharper angles on their armor, so they look a bit more like gothic.
Yeah, like a little more medieval. Super cool. Oh man, I like those shotguns like ace.
I like his loudhailer as well. He's just like, citizens, please disperse.
Yeah. You have 5 minutes to comply. Just the thing. It goes like the jailer with his club and shackles.
It looks like they've got a uniform underneath their armor as well. Like that buttons up.
Oh yeah, which is great. Yeah, I'm really into it. I think they look rad.
These guys look really cool. I like them.
Like I've always been into it, and looking great. Heavy stubber, pew pew pew.
And the Judge Dredd vibe fits 40k so perfectly.
It really does. I think they've managed to merge Dredd and 40k fucking perfectly here.
Because that's what they would like. There's a point where the Imperium would just be like, fuck it, send in the riot cops with the heavy stubber, and just put this trouble down immediately.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, they've got no qualms about being the worst.
And this guy with his little dog lead.
Dog boy.
And
I think the dog's my least favorite model.
Yeah.
Honestly. I like all the other dogs more.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that.
I think it's his face. He looks too much like a cartoon dog compared to the others.
Yeah, it really is.
It looks like he's going to go chase Tom and Jerry.
Yeah. Yeah, like, I bet there was a bad robo-dog in Tom and Jerry at some point. And probably looks pretty similar to this. But yeah, looking great. Actually, I think maybe the leader is my favorite model of that.
Yeah.
Like, the hat is fantastic. Oh, it's so good. And
shotgun looks great. Big loud halo looks great.
Yeah, just super super fun. It does strike me as weird. As like, why are the Arbites fighting?
I read the law.
Why are they?
So what's happened is there's a
Dark
prison
Eldar
ship
broken the law.
They're transporting like a very VIP, a very important prisoner.
Okay, nice.
And the Arbites are there to like keep him on lockdown. He's like a rogue psyker who needs to be delivered to the Inquisition.
Okay.
And so like the Arbites are there to like secure it. And then when they're in the warp, this ship crashes into a space hulk that's like drifting in the warp. It gets sucked into with the eddies. It crashes in, and during that breaches parts of the ship as it merges and gets mushed into the space hulk. And the prisoner escapes and gets out into the space hulk at large. Mm-hmm. So the Arbites have to like apprehend him, but evil Dark Eldar have come to pillage the space hulk, and they end up fighting.
Okay, that sounds like a great one-off story. So why are they back there fighting next week and the week after and every other fucking game that Arbites are now involved in?
I don't know.
In this,
Arbites should very, very rarely be fighting anything other than like hive gangs and like unarmed mobs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess every other time it's going to have to be like, oh, an Inquisitor has like got them to do a thing for him.
Wow, again.
Yeah. Oh, apparently the new Arbites law is that they are the FBI of the Imperium.
Yeah.
So like,
isn't that what the Inquisitors are?
Because there's a thing below Arbites now, right? You get the Enforcers. They're like the lower. So like the Kraken skulls in the Underhive is the job of these guys. Hang on, what? No, not all. Obviously, I just want the thing I clicked on. Why would I want all and a thing?
Oh, okay.
These guys are like the beat cops.
Right.
And the Arbites are like, Interpol or whatever. Don't give me that jurisdiction crap.
Okay, sure.
They look very similar.
Yeah.
But not as cool.
Although I always feel like I'd switch them.
These guys look a bit more serious business.
Have these guys be in the spacefaring dudes and have the other people that look a bit sillier
back home
doing your homework. They look like they'd be fucking around in
These aren't the ones you want new alien races meeting so much.
No, you want these guys hanging around outside of like weird smoking joints and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Stopping chem sellers. And let the other dudes, those guys are going and working with an Inquisitor to bring justice to escaped convicts, space criminals.
Yeah, I don't know. It's I will freely admit that this like setup is a super stretch.
Yeah,
but it is what it is.
Sure.
So Dark Eldar just get like an upgrade sprue that. Honestly, half of these things I wouldn't even have known they weren't already on the sprue.
Sword whip. Always a good.
So I think that Toxic Dark Gun's new.
Okay.
Needle pistol.
I like the nose pipe. It's pretty good.
That's how you know they're bad sci-fi.
Yeah. Only bad sci-fis have nose pipes.
Yeah. Bird.
That's a very naughty looking bird. That looks like a bird that wants to steal your like Choco Puffs. And like, you know, like the good green cat wants to stop him stealing the Choco Puffs. Wow.
Oh, you're not wrong.
Yeah, sure. They look like Dark Eldar.
Yeah. Oh, that one's throwing smoke bombs. And he's got a real fucking emo, like, face mask.
Oh, nice. And they've, like, dyed the tips of their hair like a cool, cool greeny blue.
This is my new original character. He's,
love that.
Dark Shadow.
Oh, yeah.
The Edge
Dark
Dancer.
Shadow Blade Knife. That's right.
Oh, that guy's... I just realized he's got, like, fucking bleeding eyes and a crown of thorns or something. He's seen some shit.
Oh, that's kind of cool vibe. Yeah, they're okay. I don't hate them.
No, I don't hate them either.
Don't love them.
They're fine.